Many in Minnesota view fall as the prelude to their favorite season, winter. Those cold, crisp days and beautiful snowfalls mark their favorite time of year, the cold time of winter. And in Minnesota, winter is cold. It is very cold. For some people, though, the coming of the winter season isn't marked by anticipation, but rather by uncertainty. Uncertainty about being able to pay the heating bills for their homes. As you watch this program, I'd like you to think about one thing. On a Minnesota winter night, should anyone go to bed cold because they can't afford to pay for heat? Hello, my name is Catherine Fair. I'm the Director of the Energy Assistance Program at Community Action. This fund gives grants to qualified people who find themselves unable to pay their entire energy and heating bills. In this program, you'll meet people like Lucille, who lost her husband and struggled to pay her bills. Or Deidre, a mother of 3, struggling with work, school, and bills. And Tim, who is injured and has been out of work for over a year. Join us now as we tell you about the Energy Assistance Program.
I'm a single mother with 3 children, ages 14, 9, and 7. I go to school at Metro State University and I work for the Department of Human Services in their Healthcare Operations Division. I'm always juggling my bills because I do not make enough money for my bills. And I go to school so I cannot work a second job to make more money, and hopefully when I get out of school I'll make more money. So I'm just trying to buy time right now, basically, with paying the bills, but it is a day-to-day struggle. I've never been shut off, but I've been to the point where they were going to come out the next day and shut me off, but either I made arrangements or somebody at the Community Action Program has called and made arrangements for me. My bills starting in October 2005 were approximately $500 to $600 a month. So the news media had been warning most people that their energy bills were going to be astronomically high for this season for whatever reasons. So I had already applied for energy assistance.
I never ever thought that it would cost $500 to heat a house. Now that is light and gas, but things have changed as time goes. Things get more expensive. When we bought this house, it was $11,900, and now it's quite a bit more. And so, but I don't really think it's going to get any better. I understand that the fuel is going to be higher this year, and thank God for energy assistance, because I could not do it.
All of us have basic needs: food, clothing, shelter, but it is often assumed that the shelter comes heated. When unpaid heating bills lead to the heat being shut off, using alternative methods like kerosene heaters and generators or candles for lights can lead to the risk of fire and death. In a tragic Chicago fire in September 2006, children died in an apartment fire when a candle was used for light after the electricity had been shut off. And numerous cases nationwide are reported each year where carbon monoxide inhalation from space heaters and generators has caused the death of the residents. The cost of natural gas has risen drastically over the last several years. Since 2002, the average cost for heating a home has risen 152%. And since just last year, in the northern central states, natural gas prices for January 2006 was 44% higher than in January of 2005.
First bought this place in 1981. The energy bill was about, in the wintertime, the coldest part, less than $100. And now it has gone up at least twice that now. In the wintertime, it'll cost me very close to $200 a month.
My heating bills, before I had got energy assistance, they would run, probably The biggest one I ever had in the wintertime was $225. And I thought that was terrible. Well, then I knew it wasn't going to get any better. It's just going to get worse. And the last one I had, oh, that was this year now, this last winter, and it was $500 a month.
According to a 2006 Kaiser Family Report, healthcare costs have risen again, 7.7% in the last year. That means that since the year 2000, healthcare premiums have gone up 87%, while wages have increased 20%.
My premium was $609 a month. So you take $609 a month out of $2,100, and you don't have a lot to live on.
So in any household, where does the extra money come from to pay these rising costs? Often, other basic needs are shortchanged, robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Well, I'm on a budget, and I've got my energy, of course, telephones, insurance, food, and all the necessary things that you have to live with today. And if the energy prices or anything goes up, like automobile insurance, if that goes up, house insurance goes up, anything goes up, then I've got to cut somehow. And like I say, I'm only getting $61 a month extra after I pay all my current bills. If energy goes up, and they say it's going to be going up, I don't know where I'll get the money, to be honest with you.
It's like the paper, everything else, it just keeps going up. There's no ending. There's no ending in sight. It just keeps going and going and going. Well, I am on a fixed income, and I have been for many, many years since I was in my accident. And that comes to about, it's Social Security and SSI, and I get a total of 500, it's almost 600 now. You have to make that stretch for medical. You have to make a choice. You have to keep track of where your pennies go, where your dollars go, and you have to stretch that.
When participants in the Energy Assistance Program were surveyed, 17% had missed a mortgage or rent payment to pay their heating costs. 25% went without medical or dental care. 17% went at least a day without food. On average, in the U.S., the percentage of total income spent for utilities is 3%. For those of lower income, it averaged 12.4% of their total income.
You have to just stay within your means, and that's where energy assistance really came in handy for me, because now I'm allowed to get the toiletries, you know, like your soaps, your laundry soaps, and your kitchen supplies, whatever you might need, like also your clothing, and you go to all your sales, you watch for the sales, but that you can, if you really try hard. It's a struggle. It's a very hard struggle, and I wouldn't be able to even be here doing this interview if it hadn't been for energy assistance.
The Energy Assistance Program is hitting dead on a vital need in our community, but we are still serving less than a third of those who financially qualify. Why? For some, there's a stigma attached to receiving financial assistance, even in times of crisis.
I hated it, to be honest with you. I was ashamed of it, to be honest with you. But then I got thinking, you know, that's, I guess a lot of people are in the same predicament. So then I accepted it. It sure helps now, once it's got over the hump of asking for help, you know.
As a result of the accident, I'm not able to work for this whole year and then some. And it has put a damper on my financial, because I'm not making the same as it was. I know it's humiliating sometimes, but sometimes you gotta step on your foot and say, hey, this is what I need to do just to kind of maintain in life, you know. And well, since I went in and got to apply for it, you know, and approved, it has relieved the pressure of having to worry about the heating and electricity being handled, and it helped me get through the winter and into the early spring.
So I'll have Ronald give you an application and explain how to fill it out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Seniors receive rebates on their property taxes. Should they insist on paying full price? After working hard and paying taxes their whole lives, why shouldn't they receive a discount on their heating costs when the prices skyrocket?
My legs, isn't that feel good? That feels so good.
In addition to providing grants, the Energy Assistance Program also helps participants find low-cost methods to improve the energy efficiency of their homes.
At one point, a couple years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom, and my ex-husband had lost his job. We were getting divorced, and the boiler died all at the same time. So I was kind of at the end of my rope emotionally, and then financially I had no support because I was turning from a stay-at-home mom to a single parent with no job, no income. You know, I was just lost. I didn't know what to do to provide for the kids, to get the heat back on. And at that point I contacted Community Action, and they kind of let me know that there were services to help me. And that's when Energy Assistance told me that they could provide help for me in that situation, and they could help me through the hard time of the boiler dying and the financial hit as well.
The Energy Assistance Program also helps participants with household budgeting and with payment arrangements to their energy vendors. We also connect Energy Assistance participants with other programs at Community Action.
Once I got in the Energy Assistance Program, I sort of found out about the other branches of Community Action, such as the weatherization and the replacing the boiler, and just informational stuff like how to maintain my house by myself, since I am, you know, a single parent woman. I didn't really know how to maintain the system, but now I can do that sufficiently by myself. And I also found out about the Head Start program, which is another branch of Community Action, which is a perfect fit for my youngest son while I'm in school. He's there all day, and I know that he's being cared for well, and he's being fed and watched after very well. Just there's so many different branches. Whenever I'm experiencing trouble with my finances or with something that has to do with my house or my situation, I'll contact Community Action first, and they'll let me know if they have a program that will fit my needs, or if there's maybe some other program out there that I didn't know about that can help me out at that time.
We also have a privately funded grant program called Reach Out for Warmth. This fund can provide heating and energy grants to those households who are slightly above the cutoff point for the Energy Assistance Program. Reach Out for Warmth targets households referred to as the working poor, where often two people are working, but the wages are too low to keep up with the rising costs of basic necessities. If they experience financial hardship, this fund can assist them by paying a portion of their energy costs.
I can't say enough about it. You know, you just, in the beginning I didn't want any, I wanted to be able to do everything on my own, but I couldn't. And they helped me by letting me know that they were there, and they were there to help me. And I had to go through an emergency before I woke up. And don't wait. Do not wait till you're in a major hurt bag with bills, medical bills, anything. People are there waiting to help you. You need it. You just say, I need it. That's all you have to do, say, I need it.
I asked you at the beginning of this program to ask yourself this: on a Minnesota winter night, should anyone have to go to bed cold because they can't afford to pay for heat? At the Energy Assistance Program, we believe heat is one of the most basic needs in our state. Because in Minnesota, for months on end, the weather is so cold. We will help you acquire and maintain this basic need. So on those cold Minnesota winter nights, let's keep the cold outside and the warmth inside. Enjoy the winter and stay warm. But if you need help, give us a call. That's why we're here. We help with heat.